Hello, hello. I'm a couple minutes late. I'm hoping that there is not an echo. Let's see, let's go here. Awesome. All right. So today I am going to share a couple of pieces of information before I get started. So I'm going to move some things out of the way because I have a giant mess on my table. Let's see. All right. Put this on the screen. So I cannot open these because it is not time yet. However, I want to share that Celebration next year is only going to be held one time, and that is January 5th through February 28th. So you are going to want to shop this sale. It's amazing. And our mini catalog is going to be out from January through April. And there's a lot of fun new things in here. And my recommendation is if you would love to spend more than $100 on crafting supplies from Stampin' Up, that it is just in your best interest to sign up as a hobby demonstrator, get the discount on the merchandise that you want. The starter kit is $99 for well more than $100 worth of items. So if you wanted to shop tomorrow, you could sign up and actually get info on pre-ordering some of the brand new products that are coming out for January. That would be a wonderful perk to have. So we're going to put that there. Feel free to message me for any details on becoming a hobby demonstrator or any type of demonstrator. Again, I've been stamping for like 20 years. This is my second time being a demonstrator. I just love using the products, so why not, right? All right. So let's get started. I wanted to share with you a quick and easy way to create 4 cards in one stamping session. So what you would need is 1 sheet of a colored cardstock. I have used Real Red tonight. You would need 2 sheets of a thick basic white cut in half and scored so that you have 4 card bases. You will need 1 sheet of regular basic white, and that I'm getting ready to show you what we're going to do with that. So let me go ahead and move this back over. And I have pre-done some of this, but this one I'll show you from the start. Grabbing some things. Just running a little late today. So I have my cut and score. And I have my plain white, basic white paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this in the center in both directions. So at 4 1/4, I'm going to score this. And then at 5 1/2, I will score this sheet. And let's see, there's the shadow from the phone camera on there. But you can see lightly that I have this center with like a little bullseye in the middle here. I'm going to try to move my background light a little different there. Still gives me a shadow. I don't know how to fix that. Let's see. So we're going to use our Christmas to Remember, and we're also going to use this Christmas season stamp sets, and we're going to create 4 stamp fronts. So what we're going to do is I have some fabulous inks out. I like to start with my largest stamp, and we're going to put that towards the center of this. In the end, we will cut and trim, and those will be our card fronts. So let's get started. I have a light color here, soft suede, and it is a little lighter than the early espresso that I'm going to use. I've got a piece of scratch paper beside me because I'm actually going to use what I call the second generation stamp. So I'm going to stamp this in the ink and ink it up. I'm just tap, tap, tap. And then I'm going to tap once on this paper, and that gets rid of that heavy boldness. And then I'm going to add this now, our second generation stamp on here. And I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to do this 4 times in each quadrant. And I could turn the paper, but it's just as easy to do it this way. Do this. Each design will be a little bit different. At least for mine, they were a hair different because I'm absolutely not doing this totally symmetrical or even. So that is my first generation large pine cone. I am going to do a first generation small pine cone next. Or a second generation, sorry. Get all cattywampus here and confused. All right. Hope everybody had a fabulous Thanksgiving. You know, we got nice and filled up over here. My in-laws were over and we had some deliciousness for sure. Now I'm going to do a single generation with early espresso. It's going to be a little bit darker, and I'm using the top stamp for that, which looks like this. And I'm just going to line this up. Again, we're using the photopolymer stamp set so they're clear. And I can kind of see that I want to put this dark brown ink right where the white shines through. And it just gives a little bit of dimension and texture to these pine cones. And of course, it is not going to be perfect, but there we go. I love the stamp set for this layering effect. Okay. And again, we're going to do that second generation or first generation second stamp with the little one here as well. And it is easier for me to turn the paper for this, so I can line it up a little bit. All right, so again, I started with my largest, my darkest, the boldest stamp set there. And now I'm going to kind of fill this in along these crosshair lines that we created. And the reason I do the score line is because I'm actually using the score line later to cut. And I don't want to have to erase pencil or trim on either side of a pencil line. So it gives me this center out, and I will end up trimming the outer edges. So I'm going to use some Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen, which are part of our In Color collection right now. So I'm going to use these pale colors, the pale soft succulent with this leaf here. And I'm just going to add it, and it doesn't matter if it's on one side of the line or not. I'm just giving some of this color and texture and design. I am going to grab a baby wipe and get this extra ink off of here. Just because I made a mess here. All right. So I'm just going to add this up here, and you can see this actually crosses that midline right there, but it's going to be okay. So I'm going to go down from that big pine cone on each one. Again, I can be turning this in each direction. And we'll do one more of these right here. Okay. And then I'm going to use the darker color, which is Evening Evergreen, one of my favorites this year. And I'm going to use this little leaf, which is this one right here. And I'm also going to come back in and do some shaded spruce pine needles on there. So let's see. And it's just a little bit of a subtle darker color. You can see the difference in color there, but they coordinate very well together. Definitely two of my favorite in colors in a while. I am leaving room for my sentiment, which is going to be in here when I'm done. Now I'm going to add those pine bows through the middle here, making sure to leave enough space. If I happen to do too much, I can put my sentiment on a punch or a die cut. I can always just cut a square of paper and add it. So there are lots of ways that you can edit and change how you do this design. And you'll see that I'm just gonna haphazardly start adding some pine bows where they might be occurring in nature. They're gonna overlap. It's gonna be okay. All right. I'm gonna add a few extras. Again, I keep getting ink. When you wobble on there, you'll get ink everywhere. So again, I'm going across that midpoint, and it is a-okay. Nature isn't always perfect, except that it kind of is, if that makes sense. All right. I think I'm gonna add, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Just clean that up a little bit. All right. So this is what my one sheet looks like. And then I would cut this like this, and I'm trimming the outer edges. So let me show you kind of what this sheet looks like, or part of this sheet anyway. There we go. So there's the 3 original, and I layer these on the red and then on the white and added a few pearls. And this is the card that we end up making. So let's go ahead and get these other 3 cards made, and then we will make a gift tag using our holly leaves. So I have decided I like some of them to hang down and some of them to kind of stick up. So that's nice and offers a little bit of extra interest as well. So I am going to use my green glue here because I want to be able to just ever so slightly shift this if it's not evenly distributed on my card base. And the glue gives me just a tiny second to slide it if I need to. As you can see, I'm having to slide it already. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal for this part. And the reason I do that, sometimes I have found that the glue shows through on the basic white and our old Whisper white, and so the Stampin' Seal does not show through at all. There we go. All right, so I have my little teeny tiny border all the way around, and I goofed because I was supposed to stamp the sentiment first. So let's go back and take care of that. And I used real red for the sentiment. And may this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. The other one I did was love and joy come to you, and may it last the whole year through. Of course, I have all of my blocks being used, so this is a little overkill, but it's an available block. I'm going to open that. Now I am going to sample this just to make sure that I didn't get a mess everywhere. All right. So we're just going to pray that this works. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and stamp these other 2 sentiments. And I could change the sentiments with each one and make 4 different cards, but I decided to do 3 in 1 today. All right. Now, I have a couple of little oopsie points where, like on this one, I have a teeny tiny dot of ink somehow, probably from my fingers when I was stamping. So we call this creative placement of our embellishments. We are using the iridescent pearls, and so I'm just going to stick one of these little pearls right on there, and then I will place the other 2 in a pleasing manner. And there is card number 2. Trying to find safe spaces to put these. I'm kind of a mess right now because I'm in the middle of this Christmas rush to get Christmas cards done. I do like that this was so sweet and simple to make 4 cards, 1 sheet of paper. Works out really well. If you were trying to get some measurements, this top layer is a 4 by 5 1/4. The red layer is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, I think. And then our card base, of course, is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Again, I'm using this glue because I can slide it ever so gently and carefully on here if I need to. Because I created these with such tiny thin borders, being able to just shift it a little bit is very helpful. There we go. All right, let's add some pearls to this one. Probably need to turn this up a little bit. Losing pearls. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Card number 3. And let's get our last one adhered and we'll get onto that tag. If you're here, say hi. I would love to see how your Thanksgiving was, if you enjoyed it with family. Awesome. All right. So let's add some pearls to this one. I'm going to use a larger pearl because I have a little bit of ink there, and then I'll add a couple of smaller pearls. All right, now we could get super fancy and add ribbons and all kinds of things, but I really like the simplicity of this one. It's a lot of just ink and paper with one embellishment. So here are the 4 cards that we ended up making. This from our one sheet of paper. I love this technique so much. I'm going to move these out of the way. And give me a moment. I'm going to clean some ink off of here. And I did find some music. So let me see. Background music. Here we go. So I'm gonna play a cute. Let's do some daydreaming and let's see what that sounds like. Ooh, hopefully you're just daydreaming and you're not falling asleep. But I like that it has some music that I can put on here. Sorry for that extra noise. So the next item I'm going to use are these holly leaves and berries. And we're going to create a tag. Now, we're going to use the seasonal labels to create our gift tag. And so I'm going to use this big one right here. And then I'm also going to cut out the holly leaves. There's that. Figure out which kit had my holly leaves. This is the Christmas pine cones, and it is not in there. I pulled all these out yesterday. Did I bury them under something? I did. I had them right here. So they are all in the seasonal labels die cut set. Perfect. So we're gonna cut some shaded spruce. And we're gonna cut for the berries too. All right, so while my music is playing, I'm gonna grab that paper that I did not get out. I apologize for that. Oh my goodness. Perhaps I have lost it. There we go. Okay, well that was disastrous over here. So I've got my shaded spruce and my mini die cut and emboss machine, because I'm gonna run everything through while I sit here at my table. Alright, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and cut this down a little bit for our holly leaves. And we're gonna stamp right there, and then I need a piece for my die cut for our tag. So let me see. Have a piece in here big enough. I like to save all my scraps as much as possible. There we go. Alright. So the joy of this little baby is that it is small, it is portable. I can take it in my camper when we go camping, and most of our regular stamp sets or die cut sets fit through here. So it's not it's not an issue finding die cuts that fit through here. So I'm doing a white base. That. We're going to run this through. It always sounds like it's breaking. It's not. It's just etching the little cutting piece. So that's the foundation for our tag. I'm going to go ahead and cut my holly leaves out. I can cut on either one. Yeah, they get ugly over time, but it doesn't change their effectiveness either way. Okay. I have my two holly leaves. And before I can cut the next one, I need to do a little stamping. So we're gonna get our berries, and I need the little stem. So I'm gonna do my stem first. I'm actually gonna make two of these. Berries in real red. Hopefully I don't drop that. And you can see how this lines up. Maybe. Let's see. There we go. Whoop. Just stuck there. Alright, so now we can run this through a couple times. And for this one, because I need it to kind of be precise, I'm going to use a tiny bit of washi tape to hold that in place. Our little sandwich, and we'll run this through. And there's some holly leaves, berries. I don't know how to talk today. And we'll turn this. Do a second one. If you watch on the replay, make sure you let me know that you watched the replay. I love to see when other people enjoy or give me ideas on what they would like to see. Let me know if there's any techniques you want to see. I'm going to fold this up and get it out of the way. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a hole punch. I'm going to punch a hole right in the top here. So now I have like an idea of where I want to place all of my items. So kind of a lefty girl here. I don't know. I like to start things on the left-hand side. Tis the season. We're gonna do Christmas cheer so that we can get that on there well without too much. So I'm gonna stamp first and then I'm gonna add the layer. Ooh. I'm making all kinds of noise tonight. I apologize to anyone who is listening. Because we're going to reuse this block. And we're going to use the red. This is just a very simple way to incorporate stamps and dies that you may already have into some ideas. So I've got my sentiment on there, and now I'm going to build my layers here. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue for my leaves. And I'll use dimensionals to pop up those berries. Dimensionals. I think this guy will fit right here. I'm just gonna tuck this one under, but also let that sit up here. I'm gonna add another set of berries. I really like this pop of red that's here. this one under here. Maybe I don't like that too much. There we go. Trying to get those berries around the Christmas cheer. And I might actually run through and grab another holly leaf. Today looks like a big old mess, everybody. There's stuff everywhere. And sometimes this is what it is. So again, I'm going to share that our new catalogs will start in January, unless you are like me and you want to make all the things. You can sign up for $99 and you can get way more than $100. I don't know exactly what the special is today because I have not been focused on that. And because I am saving on paper here, I'm going to add a little bit of washi tape just to make sure I get this in the right place. We also have our last chance sale. So all of our current products that are retiring will be on sale December 1st through the 31st, I do believe. And we also have a clearance rack refresh coming soon. Tomorrow, I do believe. Everything starts tomorrow. Like tomorrow is a major day for us in Stampin' Up. And I didn't write it all down to share, but I definitely don't want you to miss out if there's something that you've been eyeing or are interested in. Yeah, that's going to work well. You'll want to head over to the website and check it out. All right, I'm adding one more holly leaf. I don't want to cover up my Christmas cheer. And I have a tag. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is current ribbon, but I do have some real red that I'm just going to snip a piece of here and create a tag. And I really like to do the ribbon through the hole. And then I'm going to take some twine and I'm going to tie the twine around this ribbon and tie it like that. So I'm going to hold this ribbon with those tweezers. Fingers, don't fail me now. All right, one and just a little knot. And there you have the cutest tag that coordinates with your cards, or just tags. If you have some gifts you want to give, this is a great item. Plenty of room on the back. We have stamp sets that have to and from. They have other sentiments, of course, so feel free to check those out. Pause this. So tonight's live was pretty quick and simple and a disaster on my table. I hope you have enjoyed our projects using the sweet candy cane sentiment, but you could use the sentiments from the other ones. You just want to put your decorations around. This was our Christmas to Remember. and our Christmas season. So again, if you wanted to do just 2, or if you have some sentiments, or if you have beautiful handwriting, I do not, you could letter your own sentiments on there, and I'm sure that would be a welcome card for somebody to get in the mail without complaints. So gonna move me over. All right, so I hope you all have a great week, and I will be back next Wednesday. I will probably do one more holiday type gift packaging, and then I will move on to our next catalog item, to the items that'll be coming in our new mini come January. And of course, I can't wait to play with those new products. So follow me on Facebook, find me on YouTube. I have Instagram, not as active as I would like to be, but I try to continue to be crafty and share that with you. This is how I do self care. I need a little time to myself and to share with others. And of course, if you're in the Lafayette area, you want to have a class or you want to just come craft with me, we can make a mess even larger than this on my dining room table. So just send me a message. I'd love to craft with you. Bye.